Hello and welcome to my Voices Have Tourettes, and that's why I have way too much anxiety to think of a title for this episode. My name is Dan Zarin, and let's get started here. So today's episode is brought to you by Gamesel Studio, The Secret Cellar, Iceland's first and only comedy club, and Smári's Volcano Sauces, the best hot sauces I've ever had in my life. Today I am joined by, of course, Þórhallur Þórhallsson, the wonderful Þórhallur Þórhallsson.
Wow.
Thanks for being here, Þórhallur.
You're such a good person, Dan.
I try, you know.
Yeah.
Your name is...
I mean, it's all fake, but, you know.
it's all fake.
But thank you so much.
Of course. Your name is really fun to say. I know we've talked about this kind of...
Yeah.
It really is. Like, it's kind of like a tongue twister. Well, like... I mean, I've been watching, because Halloween is coming up, I've been watching a lot of horror movies, and there's that legend of, like, Bloody Mary and Candyman, where you say their name 3 times.
Oh, Þórhallur.
Yeah, like, Þórhallur.
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 Þórhallur. If you say it 3 times, you will get a joke.
You will get a joke.
Yeah. And
sure.
That joke will kill you.
And the joke will kill you.
It's that funny. It's that funny.
But you have to say the full name, so you can't just say Þórhallur.
No.
You have to say Þórhallur Þórhallsson, Þórhallur Þórhallsson, Þórhallur Þórhallsson, and then
wow! No, not a joke from that guy.
But like, actually, because we haven't really talked about this, because your name is, it's kind of like your name is Þórhallur. Like it's kind of like your name. You have the same name for your first and last name.
Yeah,
but it's because in Iceland, the last name is named after the father.
Yeah, your last name is you're the son or daughter, dóttir, of your father's first name. That's kind of like the tradition. So, but you can change that and blah blah blah. But kind of like the tradition is you're the son or daughter of your father's first name. And my father's first name is the same as my first name. We're both Þórhallur.
Right.
So I am Þórhallur Þórhallsson.
So it's kind of the Icelandic equivalent of Þórhallur Jr.?
Yeah, kind of a little
Þórhallur.
bit. Yeah,
so then you have a kid and you name them Þórhallur as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be Þórhallur Þórhallsson.
Jesus, it's not how that works. But
Þórhallur Jr.
But I tried traveling with that name. They're just like because I have the letter that is only here in Iceland.
Right.
And they're like
the thought.
Yeah, the thought. The kind of like an eye with like a pregnant eye, eye with a belly. And so when they see that, they were like, I mean, this is a fake passport, and you're not even using real letters. What's wrong with you? You know, at least use real letters. You know. But I'm like, no, this is how it works in Iceland. They were like, yeah, that's not a real name.
Just airport security being like, I had no idea in Iceland they let children write these for them. All right.
So I actually I do have to have 2 versions of my name in the passport. So I also have the TH because the letter it's a TH. How you pronounce TNH in your language?
In my language,
the English one.
The language of the Outlanders.
Yes. And so I also have in my passport is the Þórhallur, the THO Þórhallur Þórhallsson. You know.
Oh, I like how you pronounced it, Tor.
Yeah, Tor.
Oh, so like a TH, it has a silent H.
Yeah.
Yeah. My name is actually Tor.
Yeah.
You call it Thor. That's so cute.
Because TH in Icelandic wouldn't make that sound. So
no,
I was reading it or saying it like we would do here in Iceland. Þórhallur.
Yeah, but now that I've made fun of your name,
thank you. Yeah,
it wouldn't be us if we didn't make fun of each other.
I mean, we that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. Not only do we work together, we live together. Yeah. And
we've traveled together.
And we've made love together.
We've traveled to Sweden, of course.
We did not.
It's just going to be a running joke at this.
Yeah.
This point.
I didn't. I went to Finland with you.
I know. Yeah. We're going to say this in every single episode. But actually,
I told everybody that we made love, and you didn't even hear that.
No, I heard it, but I that's the truth. I know. I don't want to talk about the truth.
Okay.
That's true news. I want to talk about fake news. but no, actually, I did want to. Because one thing I've noticed, because you have lots of anxiety and we're picking on each other.
Yeah.
I thought there's one thing that I do on trips when we go traveling that gives you like so much anxiety, and it actually gives me anxiety because I don't know how you'll react, which is why I do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's
You're such a good friend.
I'll randomly say to you, Well, like, ertu spenntur?
Oh, yeah.
So I say ertu spenntur, which in Icelandic is, are you excited?
Yeah.
But because the first time I did it, I said, Þórhallur, ertu spenntur? And you're like, já. And I'm like, ertu spenntur? Já. And then I just kept moving the phone into your face.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where you're like, yeah.
Because I'm like, where are you going with this? What's going on?
And then the second time,
why should I be like? Am I not supposed to be excited? Is something awful about to happen? So I mean, yeah,
it's like that old joke of are you? Oh, you're excited for now.
Oh,
but I love that. Then the second time I did it, I was like, Þórhallur, ertu spenntur? And you're like, no, and I'm like, þú ert ekki spenntur? No, you're not excited.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
I actually got a Facebook memory today. 2 years ago, today, we were traveling back from LA.
Really?
Today.
2 years ago today.
Yeah. And so we had to go through airport security 2 years ago today.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
And it's fun to go through airport security with you.
Yeah.
Because you look like somebody has a bomb.
Yeah, I know. I
everywhere, apparently.
It's such a horrible, like, it's entirely because I have long hair and a beard. That's like, I've literally been told this, that's why I get stopped at the airport.
Randomly.
Yeah, randomly.
Air quotes.
And you know when something happens to you so much that you don't have a filter anymore. You just react to it. Like when I used to go through airport security and they would be like, sir, we need you to go through this line. I'd be like, oh, okay. It's just a thing that happens, gotta cooperate, and then, but after like the 20th time that it's happened, now they're just like, sir. And I'm like, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm just going to go through that line.
Yeah, I know. Randomly.
Yeah. I know.
You're going to randomly pick me out of the line because it never happened to me.
No, never happened to you.
No. Yeah.
But when I went to Sweden, you weren't in Sweden. When I went to Sweden, though, there was actually a moment where they said to me, they were like, sir, we need you to go, or we need to check your bags. And I'm just like, of course you have to check my bags. I just like, at that point, I was just like, you know what? Of course it's going to happen. No, they were just like, is everything okay? And I'm like, no, it's not okay. I've gotten stopped at every single airport I've been to. And they're just like, well, it's just that. And I flat out just stopped them. And I said, it's because you think I look like a terrorist.
Yeah.
Well, I said that at an airport. Not a good idea, by the way. I highly don't recommend using the word terrorist in an airport. But it literally, the person just looked at me like, when someone's so embarrassed because you called them out on something that their face just goes straight to red. Yeah, that happened. Oh, no, they got so embarrassed.
Poor Swedish security.
Yeah, I said that's why you're stopping me, isn't it? And they were like, sir, we just need to check your bags. It'll be really quick. And I'm like, it's always quick because I'm not what you think I am.
We need to check your bag.
And it gives me so much anxiety, and it gives me like a lot of anxiety and panic when I'm at airports because I'm just like, when is it going to happen? Because it's happened.
Oh, it's going to happen. When it's going to happen? I mean, or is it going to happen? It is going to happen.
There was one time where it almost didn't happen, and I got anxiety because it almost didn't happen. I was like, what the hell happened here?
You just went back to them like, hey guys, I think you forgot me. you want to check? I mean, they were like, all right, sir. Come back.
But it's ridiculous. Traveling.
Just shave, man.
I mean, I've actually thought about going on a trip. Yeah. And shaving before my way back. So seeing if I get the same treatment.
Yeah, they would see your passport, and you're like, okay, he looks like a terrorist on this photo. Now he's like bold and no, this is. Yeah.
But the thing that's so messed up is just the simple fact that I have long hair and a beard. Yeah. That they associate me with that. I mean, if you really think about it, that doesn't really make sense.
Was Jesus a terrorist?
No. Well, he might have been. I don't know. I never met him. But
I've heard stories, but never about that.
we've heard stories, but I mean, there's with all the fact checking going on, there's people that don't believe the fact checking. I love that there are people that literally are just like, I'm so tired of fake news. There should be something done about fake news. And then someone goes, You know, I could take that responsibility and research it. I don't trust you.
No.
Like, all right. So you don't trust fake news, but you also don't trust the people that are proving it's wrong.
I mean, yeah. If the fake news, if they're in line with my views, then it's okay.
Oh yeah, as long as it's in line with your views, then it's perfectly fine. Oh my goodness. My Voices Have Tourettes goes controversial.
Oh.
But anyway, though, it is almost Halloween.
Yeah.
It is and I actually wanted to talk about Halloween a little bit because, I mean,
I'm not sure. It's kind of scary, man.
It's kind of scary. Well, the thing about Halloween is, and one of the reasons I wanted to bring it up, not just that it's almost happening, but because, we'll get to it. There is actually a lot of anxiety in the States around Halloween. But to start things off, I mean, Halloween it's obviously a lot bigger in America than it is in Iceland.
Yeah.
We don't really celebrate it here in Iceland.
No, it has become like, for the past years, it has become like, just another reason to go out and party. So it's more for like grown-ups.
Yeah.
But I mean, kids are they're not going from door to door here.
There's no real trick-or-treating.
No. But they do kind of like dress up and just have fun. So like Halloween it's become like a little thing here, but it's not like a tradition. We do have another holiday that we go more like, not trick or treating, but you go back for candy at like the kids go and sing.
Okay.
And then like they sing and get some candy. They go to all the stores and everything, and they're like, "Can I sing and get some candy?" And they're like, "Can I just give you the candy you won't sing? You because none of you can sing.
Can I sing and get some money?"
But so Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
Not ass.
Yeah,
Wednesday. Ash.
Oh, like the Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that in Iceland though. The candy is sponsored by Colgate. Like the candy sales in Iceland are sponsored by toothpaste.
I mean, of course, that goes hand in hand. You eat a lot of candy, then you need to brush your teeth afterward.
Like it's like the dentists are always saying, don't eat candy because it'll bust up your teeth. But if you're going to, here's some toothpaste. Remember, kids, Colgate, because nothing says cavity like Colgate's.
This was sponsored by
This
episode is not sponsored by
Colgate.
No,
we're sponsored by Crest. But the thing is, so there's no like trick or treating. I mean, you guys have the thing where kids go and they sing, but also
it's just treating.
But to talk about the thing about anxiety. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, like there was that big thing of don't take candy from strangers.
Yeah.
But then on Halloween, take candy from strangers.
That doesn't make sense.
No, and I remember it always gave me such anxiety because I was like, well, who do I trust? My parents told me never take candy from strangers, but they also said take candy from strangers.
Yeah. I actually remember like getting some news when I was like, did you know like in America, some kid got like a razor.
Yeah, a razor blade.
Yeah, like there was a razor blade in the candy. I was like, that can happen. So I'm like, yeah, this is not good. This is not good.
My favorite was when I was a kid. I remember my parents told me, they were like, oh, just be careful of the candy because some people are putting drugs in the candy.
Free drugs?
When I was a kid, I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't want drugs. I don't want to be drugged.
Yeah.
But once you get older, you're just like, that would never happen.
No.
Like I remember
nobody's giving out free drugs.
Yeah, I remember someone once said to me, they were like, no, what actually happens? And I'm like, okay, let me ask you something. How much do drugs cost? Why is someone going to spend that much money and waste it on someone else's kids? That just makes no sense.
You just give drugs to your own kids.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend like a shit ton of money to get some cocaine and then put that in some candy just so I can hear later that some kid got hopped up on cocaine.
Would you imagine a lot of little kids dressed up and all high on cocaine? I need candy right now, candy.
Just showing up at the doors. Trick or treat. Look,
what's going on?
But that was
not getting sponsored by cocaine, but
just have to constantly remind people we do have 3 sponsors. These are not them.
None of them have cocaine.
But it is a lot. I mean, there is a lot of anxiety with that, and especially nowadays with COVID. I mean, there's a lot of people that still want to let their kids go trick or treating, and it is kind of interesting. I mean, most of them are wearing a mask anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I was think about it.
Like the most popular costume would probably be like a surgeon. Every kid, another surgeon. You have a mask on and everything. Okay, yeah.
Just going through the years of most popular costumes. It's like 1990, we had werewolves, and that's like in 1995 we had vampires, and all of the years, and then it gets to 2020, surgeons, doctors. Zombie patients. I don't know.
Zombies with masks.
Zombies with masks. Yeah. Hey, you gotta be careful. You know, they're spreading an infectious disease. You know,
that's true.
Could you imagine a movie about zombies that are actually like trying to be cautious? They're just like wearing masks, and they're just like staying away from the humans. Yeah. But the humans are going toward them. It's like the opposite. It's like an alternate universe.
Yeah. I would watch that movie.
You'd watch that movie.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, or it's like one a scientist comes up. He's like, I found the cure for zombies. And it's like, oh, all right. Are we going to release it? Not really sure. Why? It just turns them into assholes. I mean, it just turns them into like self-aware, conscious assholes. Now they're staying away from us, and they're just like, oh, you're humans. We don't need to be near you because we're gonna infect you with what we have. So basically, they're hipsters. We're too cool to be humans.
Distancing zombies.
Social distancing zombies. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah,
that's the name of the movie.
I mean, you're watching like a Halloween movie every day now, right?
I'm doing 31 days of October.
So you've seen, had you seen them all before? Because I know you're like a huge horror film and kind of all that, you know, that you love that. So,
I mean, I've seen some of them. I mostly wanted, most of the primary reason I wanted to do this, other than it was Alex's idea. But no, the main reason I wanted to do this was actually because of the fact that I wanted to catch up on movies that I can't believe I never saw.
Oh, okay.
So like, for example, and I'm going to blow everyone's mind by saying this, but like, for example, there's the movie It Follows, which like every horror fan has seen, every horror movie fan has seen, but I had never seen it. So I decided to watch that, and
I don't think I can be friends with you anymore.
You've never even seen it.
I have no idea what that movie is, but you know, this just shocks me to the core.
It's a movie that was basically made for the abstinence club. Like the people that are for abstinence.
Because that's a real horror.
The idea is that
no sex.
The idea is that the creature follows you based on like you have sex with someone that has the creature following them, and then they have sex with you, and now they follow you. So you have to have sex with someone to get rid of them. But then it follows the person you have sex with.
That's a good pickup line. Or no,
how would that be a good pickup line?
No, because they would go after them.
Hey, baby, you want to be scared for the rest of your life? Like, that's not really a good pickup line.
I didn't really think this.
But it was actually, I mean, the thing is, I remember, the reason I didn't watch it was because I thought it sounded stupid.
Yeah.
But then I actually watched it. It's actually very, very well done. It's very well made. It's not it's listed as one of the scariest movies of all time. It's not. It's not that scary.
What's the scariest movie?
But the scariest movie actually, through a scientific research or study was Sinister.
Okay.
And the only reason I do the air quotes is because I didn't think it was like, all right, I actually get why people were afraid of it. I mean, it is a scary movie. It's a horror movie. It's obviously scary. I just think that there are other movies that it's just subjective, you know, and it's like they picked like a specific list of movies to do the study on. They didn't include like other movies, like the Babadook was on there. That movie was, I didn't think that movie was even good.
How did he? Babadook.
Yeah, something like that. But the scariest part was just how annoying the child was. But But no, it was listed as the scariest movie, and but It Follows was also listed as that, and I wasn't scared by it. I just thought it was. Oh, I was gonna say, being scared, it's subjective. Because for example, I mean, remember? Did you ever see the Brave Little Toaster?
No.
Okay, the Brave Little Toaster was an animated film from the 80s.
I hope so.
And, I hope so. And there was a scary clown in that. That when I was a kid, like all of my friends and I, we were terrified of that clown.
Yeah.
Like, and even to this day, like seeing that clown brings back memories of being terrified of it. It's very subjective, you know.
I saw it as a kid.
Oh, it scared a lot of people.
And I saw like the original one a few years ago. It was just like silly. But when I saw it, when I was a kid, it was scary, so scary. But I don't know. Some movies that are supposed to be scary, I don't get scared. Just like the one with the jump scare or like just a lot of blood doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah.
But like one movie that is giving me the most anxiety ever, and I just call it a horror movie just because of that. Did you ever see Mother?
No, I did. I didn't see that one. And that one, the reason I didn't see that was literally because I had so many people tell me it was terrible.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, I'll skip it then.
It gave me so much anxiety because, I don't want to spoil it for you, but in that movie, basically nobody listens to one of the main characters.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, why are they not listening to her? They're just invading her privacy. And I've never felt like I was like, my anxiety went up through the roof. I was like, why, like, and so I can't like movies with, what do you call, like a farce? Like people going out of the door and not listening. And it was like, please, somebody just stop and listen to that person and the troubles will go away. And this gives me so much anxiety.
Oh, you would love the Evil Dead reboot. There's a whole thing with people just not believing one of the characters.
Yeah.
But actually,
that's horrible to me.
One of the first movies I saw this month, one of the first ones that I watched, I hadn't seen it before. It was called Don't Breathe. And that one actually gave, like, it triggered my anxiety so much. Oh. I mean, like, it's one of those movies where like, I mean, again, because I've seen so many horror movies. So for me to be scared, it's a little different. Yeah. But at the same time, like, for me, that triggered so much anxiety just because of the thing of, like, it's literally, it's one of those movies where it's like you're always just in suspense.
Yeah.
There's constant suspense. So it's like my anxiety is just like, just get it over with. Just get it over. Just get it over with. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, this is an awesome movie. This is really well done. This is really well made. But it just triggered it. So the whole time, well, like I talk a lot about how like my brain and my body react differently.
Yeah.
So it's like during that movie, my brain is just clearly watching this, but my body is just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, your brain and your body need to work better together.
But that's kind of how anxiety works for a lot of people. I mean, if you think about it, and the sense of it is kind of that feeling of your brain and your body working differently. Yeah. Because like when you recognize things that like, I mean, how often, like how many times have you had something that you're like getting a lot of anxiety about? Yeah. But your brain is telling you, why are you anxious about this? This makes no sense.
This is not a problem. Like, why are you overreacting? But I'm like, I know, but my body is just like going through. It's just like the heart is going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and so it's really kind of like a miscommunication between the brain and the body.
It can be. I think though the reason why a lot of people with anxiety like horror movies though is it can be fun to kind of allow your body to get scared, but your brain to be clear. Yeah. Because like I still to this day, like if I'm in like the basement of a place, all the lights are off. And I'm the only one down there. Yeah. Like my body starts getting tense. Yeah. But my brain is just like, I'm just, in the basement. Like it's not that big of a deal. So and like it used to freak me out for a long time. And then, but as of like a few years ago, I've started like kind of enjoying that feeling. Yeah. Because of the fact, but it's not like I'm not scared. It's just like it's kind of like that kick of adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like how some people like extreme sports or things like that. I just, for some reason, I go into a cellar. My body is just like, nope, not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. But my brain is just like, ooh, this is fun.
Ooh. what will happen next? Ooh.
What's going to happen next? I mean, but that's the thing is like also I think it's also that thing of like my body is terrified that there's going to be a ghost, but my brain is excited if there's going to be a ghost because I get to see a ghost.
Oh, they're real?
That would be cool. I mean, it would be so cool if ghosts were real. Yeah. I mean, there's so many different theories on them. No, there's so many different aspects of them. I think it'd be cool.
Have you seen a ghost?
I have never seen a ghost. I've had moments where it seemed like there might have been a ghost because there were like unexplained things that happened. Yeah. But then I was able to, figure out why it happened. Yeah. It was always the wind.
Always the wind.
Always it was always the wind, or like when you actually the creepiest one. And this gave me anxiety at first. Mostly this was mostly excited anxiety.
Yeah.
I thought at the secret cellar, we have one of those motion sensor faucets.
Yeah.
For washing your hands, and it randomly turns on. No, like it can be like from like because it just picks up something.
Ooh.
So we always talk about like how it'll go up, like we'll be on the other end of the room and it'll go off and I'll be like, the ghost is here, and people will be like, what ghost? And I'm like, it's just a ghost that lives here. I assume a ghost lives in every house in Iceland.
No, we just have a lot of wind.
Just a lot of wind.
Just a lot of wind.
Just a lot of wind.
No, I used to see, well, what I thought was like ghosts and stuff when I was a kid. I would see them like just as real as I'm seeing you right now. I would see all kinds of scary monsters and witches in the dark and everything.
Really?
And it was like I was terrified. And my mom actually thought it's like, he has the like what do you call it in the Shining or something. I had the Sixth Sense or something. But I've actually read about this, and because I do have like a lot of anxiety, and like I talk about in my comedy, I think I was born in a panic attack, so I've always had it. And anxiety in kids, if they have really a lot of anxiety, they like probably the brain just tricks them into seeing stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just reading about it. I was like, this is why I saw. I just thought I was insane. I was an insane kid because I remember it so clearly because it was so real to me at the time. But then I read about kids with severe anxiety, they kind of can see monsters and ghosts and everything really clearly.
Well, that theory of like when someone's like looking for something and someone else finds it right away.
Yeah.
Something like they always say that you like you only found it because you were looking for it.
Yeah.
Or something like that. That is the thing with like anxiety, like extreme anxiety when people are like always looking for something to be there.
Yeah.
So, well, sometimes like for example, when like kids look out the window and they see the trees and they like form into something because of the shadows and stuff. But
I see a face.
But the like one theory is are they only seeing them because they're looking for something to be there?
Yeah.
Whereas if they just were looking outside and didn't think about it at all, maybe they wouldn't see anything.
Yeah. I also read something about like your brain is always looking for patterns, and especially like a face. Mm-hmm. That's why you see faces in so many kind of like patterns. When you like see trees and you're like, there's kind of like a face there. And you see like shadow, it's a face. We're always seeing, so it says your brain is kind of like trying to find the face, And but this was really scary for me like as a kid because it was real to me at the time. I was just like, I'm seeing a witch, and the witch looked like the one I just saw in a cartoon. It was like a cartoon witch, like green with a big nose and and the ghost was just like Casper or something like with white and so it was all like cartoon, but it was really really scary, But so
well, that is kind of what I mean. That is kind of what anxiety and panic do. I mean, they're always looking for something to be afraid of.
Yeah.
So it's like
there must be a reason why you're so afraid. Must be something going on.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think that's why. Like for me, when I go to like when I'm in a dark cellar or something like that, and I turn and like my body gets afraid. It's like my body is like, and I noticed like when I'm in those situations, my brain just makes up like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, walk in this back room and then something's gonna follow me out. No, and like my brain tries to think of like all these things that it could be, but at the same time, my brain is going, not one of these is possible. Not one of these makes a lick of sense. No. It's just not gonna happen. And I think that's also part of why I like it, because I like thinking, like I like paying attention to what my brain thinks is going to be down there.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was a kid, and this is super embarrassing, but
let's go there, man.
Right? I remember that I think it was triggered from the movie Leprechaun. Because I saw that movie when I was a kid. Because my brother was watching it, I think with his friends, and I just happened to walk in. I think because I was like, I forget how old I was, but I was just a little kid, and he was supposed to be watching over me.
Oh yeah,
and he didn't really give a shit if I watched the movie.
No, yeah.
So I just walked in. He was just like, brother. Oh yeah, he's gonna watch it, and then I got nightmares from it. But I remember ever since then, when for a long time, when I'd be laying in bed, like you know how everyone like puts the covers over themselves so that the boogeyman doesn't get them. I specifically cover my feet.
Oh.
And it's because I'm always afraid of what I can't see.
Yeah.
Because like if I look at the end of the bed, like, and when I was a kid, and I'm not even joking about this. When I was a kid, I believed that there was a leprechaun-sized Santa Claus dude that was gonna pop up and tickle my feet.
Tickle it?
Just tickle my feet, and then be like, ha, and then run away.
And so, what's so scary about that?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
That's the worst thing would happen. Just like a leprechaun tickles you. That's not that bad.
But what's funny is now.
Oh, he's gonna murder you. No, he just tickles your feet.
But the thing is, it's evolved to now. Like I don't have that fear anymore. But because of habit, I always cover my feet. No, and I always look at the end of the bed. Like, I mean, something could be there. Nothing's there, but something could be there.
Like in 3 months, you're going to forget that you told me about this. I'm going to sneak into your room.
And you're going to tickle my feet.
And you're going to be asleep. And I'm going to paint my face green and put on a Santa Claus costume. And I'm going to tickle your feet.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to have a heart attack.
I have a heart attack.
Yeah. No, but talking about being crazy as a kid, I also remember just when you said crazy, I was like, yeah, I used to be like crazy as a kid, but I think it's like I look at this now and I was like, this is just all coming from anxiety. I couldn't like on sidewalks and stuff like that. I couldn't walk on the line.
Yeah,
I could, like I had to, I believed like if I would walk on the line, touch the line, a monster would come up.
Really?
And tickle me. No, not tickle me.
God damn it.
No, but I believe like if I would step on the line, a monster would come up.
Okay.
So I would always look. I was walking. No, to walk in. Don't touch the line. Don't touch the line. And I was like, what a crazy kid I was. But yeah. So I had a few of these crazy thoughts, and it was the same with it because it was my nieces who were supposed to be watching over me, like watching me. Yeah. And they were like a few years older than me, so they were like, "Ooh, we have this scary movie," and I was like 5 or something. They were like, "Do you want to watch it?" And I was scarred for life, you know.
Sure. I should mention that in Iceland, nieces and nephews isn't nieces and nephews. It's basically just someone who's related to you.
Yeah, I always get that confused. Is that would be then younger than me?
Yeah. So in America, it's basically your niece is like your brother or sister's daughter, and then your nephew is your brother or sister's son.
Yeah.
So they'd be younger than you. Yeah. I mean, technically, if they adopted them, they could be older than you.
Yeah. So my mom's sister has daughters.
Actually, technically, you could end up with a niece or nephew that's like 10 years older than you.
Yeah.
If like you and your brother are like 30 years apart.
Well, my brothers are 14 and 17 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I came really late. That sounded weird, but yeah. So, but Yeah, we only have. It's just like you have a frændi og frænka, and that's a female. Somebody who related to you, and it's a female, or it's a man.
Oh yeah, that's just yet another thing that like Icelanders are just like too many options. No, let's just make it simple.
It's a male relative and a female relative.
You go to the supermarket. No, you want milk? All right, here's milk. You want cereal? Okay, it's Cocoa Puffs or Cereos. Cheerios, but they pronounce the H silent, so it's Cereos. And it's just like you have relatives. They are relatives. But how are they related?
Okay, male.
All right, male and female. Like that's basically how they do it here.
Yeah.
Because it is true. I mean, if you like in America, we get really into it. But I think it's also because in Iceland you only have 380,000 people, whereas in America with 300 million people, you kind of like there becomes that thing of like cousins who never knew each other growing up and then end up like going on a date and then being like, wait, we're related? How did that happen? Whereas in Iceland, that still happens, but you just don't care.
No. Oh, if we would care, then that would be you wouldn't go on any dates.
Yeah, but it gets crazy.
No, we care. Come on.
But there's cousin, like there's first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, on and on.
Yeah.
There's also nieces, nephews. There's like grandparents. There's great grandparents. There's also aunt, uncle, great uncle. Yeah. I mean, it gets crazy.
Then you have a kviðmóðir.
That's people that have slept with the same person.
Yeah, and it's like a mágur can be your like brother-in-law.
In Icelandic, it's belly button brother.
Basically, kviður is like your belly, or like kviður is the belly area kind of. So yeah,
you slept with that person. Me too. Hey, belly button brothers.
That's how it is.
What would it be for women? Belly button sisters.
Yeah, kvið sister. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What if you're born without a belly button?
Oh, no, it's not the belly button. It's not the nafli. It's a kviður. That's like the
belly,
the belly area.
So, belly brothers,
and belly sisters. Because you're slapping bellies.
So I have this thing where I always shorten things together.
Yeah.
So like belly button brothers or belly brothers would basically be brothers or belothers. But if you do that with sisters, it's basically blisters.
I mean, sometimes that happens after.
This is the strangest episode we've done in a while. It's also a very, very random one, but this is fascinating stuff. This is
Mr. Sisters.
Let's move on to another topic. But no, actually, going back to going back to the Halloween thing though, because of 2020 being 2020, we are Halloween is kind of canceled.
Yeah.
Which is sad because for me it's like the only holiday I celebrate.
Yeah.
But
do you dress up?
For me
as a leprechaun, they tickle people.
Nice. I'll give you that one. No, but for me, like it's not really just about the dressing up. I do like dressing up on Halloween. Like if I'm going out to a celebration, then getting dressed up. It's fun. It's fun to dress up as something, that like and make people guess who you are.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more just about being like, it's like getting your friends together that all like horror movies. Just, hanging out together, watching horror movies for a day. Just like getting one day. I mean, theoretically, I could do this any day of the year, but it's just the one day where it's like, it's just a thing. It's just a cool thing to do. And like,
it's encouraged.
And I like the things that come with it, like doing, like if you're going to the bar and getting the cocktails that are named after horror creatures or characters.
That has the thing,
the dry ice coming out of it. Yeah. I love that stuff. I like decorating things.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Halloween, and it's one of those Halloweens. It's one of those holidays where it's become more about just being with people and having fun.
Yeah.
Than having any religious tie to it or anything.
I don't like though when you're invited to a party and they say like you have to come in a costume. You're not allowed to enter my apartment if you're not like I'm a grown person, you can't tell me what to do. So, so I always have to, I just go like, oh, I'm a guy that lost his costume. Almost like really boring and like, just because I am being,
You're like
you can't tell me what to do.
you're like me when I was younger. No, and I went through like the ages where I just didn't want to dress up.
Yeah.
People be like, you didn't wear a costume. I'm like, sure I did. I'm dressed up as Dan Zarin.
Oh,
and they're just like, oh, it's such a cop out. And I'm like,
hey.
So. So, well, last year you went as a man with eyebrows.
Yeah, that's because I didn't have any costume, and just somebody drew eyebrows on me, and then I was like, man with eyebrows.
Yeah, but this year for Halloween, I'm just gonna get people together. I'm actually thinking about doing. There's an app where you can like connect to like with people that have Netflix, so you can be at home. And we'll watch a movie together on
everybody's
Netflix.
watching the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'd love to give them a plug, but I can't. I think it's called Netflix Party. Something like that. Okay. But it's really, really cool. And it has like a chat box and stuff like that.
Nice.
So it's kind of like Zoom, but you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
And you can't see each other.
How illegal is this?
Oh, it's probably very illegal, but
we're not getting sponsored.
But everyone's paying for Netflix. Netflix. That side of it actually is not illegal. Yeah, you have
to. That's
like
true.
you can't.
At least you're paying for the movie.
Yeah, because you have to log into Netflix to be able to use it. Okay. But no, I was gonna say though, like with everything getting canceled, Alex and I were talking the other day about the fact that she was saying there's actually been a study recently saying that because people are kind of getting to that point now where COVID has been around for the whole year.
Yeah,
it's at the point where there's like a specific kind of fatigue that's going around with people, and it's actually starting to really affect their mental health.
Oh, I can relate so hard. I mean, and you live with me, so you probably have noticed that I'm getting grumpier.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just like this is just playing with my mind. So I'm getting grumpier and just like I'm so tired and I'm just so losing all hope. I'm losing all hope.
Well, I was gonna say because the lazy side of it, it's not really like a laziness like I just don't feel like doing it. It's more of a laziness like what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do this stuff, and then I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it feels like.
Like here in Iceland, I was working as entertainer, stand-up comedy, and a tour guide, and both of this just completely shut down.
Yeah.
So it went from like, busy to nothing, just nothing. So since March or April, I've basically been just doing nothing.
And I like
I'm kind of, what do you call it, stir crazy?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how it's gotten to that point where like it used to be like someone would say, like this research lab, they're close to a cure, and everyone's like, ooh, we're getting close.
Really?
And now it's at the point where like the University of Oxford, I think, just released that they that they were successful in creating a vaccine, and they're just at the final stages of it.
Oh, really?
Everything.
I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, and like everyone that heard about it, they're just like, I'll believe it when I see it, mate. I don't even know if I believe fake news. This is the whole thing of fake news, and like people just I don't believe the fact checkers. But no, like apparently there is a vaccine that has not only been successfully tested, but it also apparently creates a strong immunity.
I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, no,
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, like I understand that makes perfect sense because we've gone like almost an entire year.
Yeah.
Waiting for someone to give us any bit of good news, and now that we're getting good news,
we don't trust it.
We don't trust it because we've gotten other people saying this all year.
Yeah, this is our life now. This is gonna be like this forever.
We're just getting used to it.
No, I do hope that what you're saying is not fake news.
I mean, I heard about a month ago that there was a prediction that Iceland would have like access to a vaccine by maybe February of next year. Because I mean, and that's the thing people don't realize, like they're not just going to come up with a vaccine and then everyone on the planet has it. You have to
test
think
it
about
out.
like even if it was tested and it works, there's the mass production of it. You can't just go, oh, okay, we have a vaccine. No, all right, where is it? Well, we have to make it now. Oh, we have to produce it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, living here in Iceland, this little island we would probably get it sooner than other people. Just to try it out, even though they've tried it maybe, but then they're like, okay, because you can see really quickly how everything works here,
right.
So maybe like, this new electric car, let's bring it to Iceland because is it gonna work, with, it's just because it's a small community and small country, then everything like you can see the.
Hey, if I get all this stuff for free, I'll be a lab rat.
No problem.
I'll be a test subject.
No problem.
Yeah, you got a COVID vaccine you want to test out, not FDA approved. I'll test it out.
I'll try it.
I'll test it out.
We'll put it in all the Halloween candy.
No, the Halloween candy. Yeah. See, that's what they should do. That would be genius.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, guess what? You can go trick-or-treating again and be healthy. Then you get all the anti-vaxxers that are just like, not in my kids' candy, you don't. We prefer the old school razor blades.
We don't believe in candies.
We don't believe in candy. No, we don't. And we don't believe in the candy checkers either. That's fake. That's fake candy. But
hashtag fake candy.
Hashtag fake candy. That is just glorious.
Yeah.
There was one other thing though that I wanted to. I kind of want to bring up because I apparently I'm not the only person with this, and I think it's kind of interesting. Is we were talking about Halloween and we were talking about horror movies. There is a topic that we haven't talked about a lot on this podcast, and that's because it's a very, very serious topic.
Okay.
And it's very tough to talk about. And that's suicide and suicidal thoughts. So the thing is like, for me, I've had I don't know if you would call it a suicidal personality or whatever, but I've dealt with intrusive suicidal thoughts my whole life. And, I've always been trying to figure out how I can deal with, being okay with the fact that they're there, but understanding that that this isn't what I want.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is horror movies have actually helped with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because and apparently this has happened with other people too. Where for me, when I get a thought, because I've seen so many horror movies, and because I'm kind of desensitized in a way to certain things.
Yeah.
Like my brain now views it as like. It's really fucked up to say this, but it kind of views it as entertainment. So it's like, instead of viewing this as a serious thought that I view it more of like, oh, the show is started and I don't have popcorn. Let me get that real quick.
Your own little private horror movie.
And I just happen to be playing the sad sap who dies in every single one of them.
I mean, is your like, when you get these thoughts, are they kind of like visual? Or like
very visual.
So they come to you as a visual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't like just think about it would be much better if I wasn't here anymore, but you get like a visual.
Well, it changes. I mean,
yeah.
So most of the time, as we've talked about, it's really stupid ways. And it's just because my brain, my brain is looking at things in the room and goes, I can kill myself with that. I can kill myself with that. Like, it's just it's typically that, but sometimes
getting more and more creative with.
Yeah. And I think that's why sometimes I enjoy it, knowing that I'm not going to do it and that and that it's not serious.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy how my brain thinks of these things because some of them are really clever.
Yeah.
This is a really dark section of this podcast, but then there's other times where it's mostly like I could do this.
Yeah.
The only times when it gets really tough are when my brain actually tells me like, wouldn't it be fun to just end it all? No, like, wouldn't it be fun to just do this? No, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And it's something that would change the pace up a bit. And it's like, well, yeah, it would change the pace up, but then there's nothing left.
Yeah.
No, and
the pace would end.
But that's the stuff that actually gets to me because that makes me feel like it's more real. It makes me feel like I'm just tired of life and I just want it to be over.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing about horror movies, the reason I wanted to bring this up is I find it fascinating how like people always look at horror movies, like, oh, it's going to turn people into psychopaths. It's going to turn them into killers, serial killers. But it actually, like, there is a large amount of us that it actually helps us.
Yeah.
In a really weird, messed up way. No, like,
I mean, if it's helping, then I'm not, I don't want to talk that down if it's actually helping,
I mean, it's just weird because, like, and well, like if I was actually in one of these situations in the movie, it'd be, I mean, I'd react the way anyone else would.
Yeah.
No, it's not like me watching these horror movies. It's not like I can say I'm going to be prepared for it, but then, Jason shows up and I'm still going to shit my pants and run the other way.
I mean, this is more fantasy kind of.
Yeah. It's more, but the idea of finding something that just makes you look at something differently, like takes those suicidal thoughts and turns them into like, oh, that's actually kind of clever. Like I would never do that, but that's clever.
Yeah. Kind of think it like that could be a cool scene in a horror movie.
Yeah. that makes it less of something to.
You should make horror films.
You know what? Actually, Alex and I are working on a script for a horror TV show.
That's awesome.
And I'm super excited because it's a horror comedy. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I love that.
But yeah, no, I have actually thought though of taking
now you put it out there now. So you guys,
so I have to do it now.
You guys
we have to do it now.
I know you've been talking about this, and so now it's out there.
Yeah.
Now it has to be. You have to do it now.
Well, I will say I actually thought though at one point of taking some of my suicidal thoughts, turning them into like short stories.
Yeah.
But the problem is that a lot of them are just so dumb that I don't want to. Like I remember once I had like my brain saw like I was working behind a bar and I saw a bunch of bottle caps and I was just like, I mean, I could just swallow those and it would cut my innards.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would I do that?
I don't know if you're going to use this in the show or something, but do you remember the
Yes, I remember the shoe.
That was so strange.
I had a suicidal thought once. It actually happened while I was on stage once.
Yeah.
Me performing and like looking basically in my head, I played out a scenario where like I asked the person in the front row for their shoe.
Yeah.
And then I said thank you and then proceeded to shove it down my throat to suffocate myself.
Yeah.
And I remember just like cutting my thought process off and being like, really? The person next to them had a fucking stiletto. Why would I go for the sneaker?
The smelly sneaker.
I don't know where he's been all day. He could have been at the gym working out and then he comes to see me perform and he's got sweaty shoes. The person had high heels with a stiletto. That gets the job. I just stabbed myself and I'm done.
Stiletto in the eye?
But yeah, no, that and then I tried telling that on stage once, and you show up with a fucking shoe, like prove it, motherfucker. And I'm just like, are we really doing this? And then the audience started like cheering you on, and I'm like, are you really applauding suicide? What is going on here?
It was a weird moment.
It was a very weird moment.
Yeah.
It's still a weird moment.
Yeah, but it turned into like a funny thing.
But that is the thing though.
You did not. By the way, you did not try to eat a shoe.
I didn't. No, but in a weird way though. And this is the thing that sounds weird. And this is one of the reasons why I kind of want to make this statement of. And this might be a good place to close for this episode. Is I sometimes get asked why we do what we do. Or I have thoughts of why we do what we do. Like why we make fun of ourselves or why we make fun of each other. Because if you think about it, there's a very fine line between mocking and joking.
Oh, yeah.
A very, very fine line.
True.
And I think the thing is, when you did that, it was as fucked up and dark as it was.
Yeah.
It made me feel safe because it made me feel like my friends have my back.
Yeah.
Like they're going to joke about it. Like you're going to joke about it, but you always have my back. And it's like, no matter what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want me to feel comfortable. Like these thoughts that are coming through my head, you just want me to understand that they're just thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm never actually going to do it.
I want to kind of take the seriousness out of the idea, make it silly.
And, yeah. And that's the thing with joking about like your anxiety is it makes you feel like, oh well, he's on my side.
Yeah, of course.
And like when you joke about my tics and stuff, I realize like I don't have to hide them.
No,
I can just let them go because first of all, it brings you joy, but also it kind of brings us closer together.
Of course.
And I think that's a really important thing to think about. Is the difference between mocking and joking, in my opinion, is it's how you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's are you doing it to put someone down, or are you doing it to bring them up?
Of course.
And even if it sounds like you're doing it to put them down, it could like that person might be like, oh no, that was good. No, that was good.
I mean, especially like you and me, we kind of know how each other think and how our brain works. So I mean, I know I can bring you the shoe, and I knew that would make you laugh.
Yeah,
of course. So that's just because we know each other really well.
To be fair, it was really funny until the audience started like going, do it, and I'm like, all right, you know what? This was funny, but now now this is just you guys like cheering on suicide.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. But Þórhallur, thank you for joining me on this.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, of course. And to those of you listening out there, thanks again for listening. If you have any topics or anything that you want us to talk about, as you hear from this episode, it is sometimes we're going to do episodes where it's just random. It's just us getting microphones in front of us, and we're just going to talk. Yeah. It might relate to mental health. It might not. But most of our episodes do relate to mental health and neurodiversity. If you have any topics or anything you want us to talk about, or you have any questions, send them over to us at .com.
How do you write the oh?
How do you write the oh? It's A and then if you have any questions, just send them over to us at info@mvhtshow.com. That's info@mvhtshow.com. Also, if you want to find out more information about us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at My Voices Have Tourettes, or Twitter at MVHT Show. We also have mvhtshow.com. This episode has been sponsored by The Secret Cellar, Iceland's first and only comedy club, Gamesla Studios, and Smári's Volcano Sauces. Be sure to check out all three of them. They're absolutely wonderful companies and businesses. But of course, if you would like to help us, we now have microphones. We have we're setting up Gamesla. We were going to talk about that today.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that next time. Mm-hmm. But we are getting things together so that we can do this all on video. Get some really nice footage for you guys. We do have a video camera now. So if you guys want to help support us out, we do have PayPal. It's paypal.me/MVHT show. Check that out. We would like to be able to do anything that you guys can dream of. Also, if you guys are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of that stuff, be sure to subscribe and review our podcast. Of course, we love the 5-star reviews, but if you really think that this show just sucks, please tell us. We want to make the show the best it can be, and that starts with knowing what we're doing wrong. So please tell us, leave us a 1-star review, and let us know why, and we will work on that. Other than that, thank you so much for listening, and check out new episodes every Tuesday. And happy Halloween! I used to have a now I think about this. I used to have a Halloween decoration that always terrified the shit out of me when I was a kid. Because every time you would walk by, it was like a Dracula thing. Every time you would walk by, I would go, happy Halloween!
I will tickle you.